Oh, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club. We are about to do the first rock of the game of the first draw of the Spiel d'Italia. Sheet B, we have Team Michael Dobbs from the Potomac Curling Club against Team McCartney from the Curling Club of Virginia. I'm Joe Hotshot Tony Rockenbach, and with me is Ben Keene in the booth, and by that I mean the 8-foot folding table. Ben, how you doing this evening?
Doing great here at the 8-foot
Yes.
folding table, Joe. Thanks for having me out tonight.
I am happy you are here.
I'm excited to see some really good curling tonight.
Me too. Me too. For those who are watching, Michael Dobbs' team here actually is the B event winners of last year's Dykes. They're going to be back up again this year looking to take the title. I'd say they'd be one of the favorites, so I'd say McCartney has her hands full tonight. As you can see with the first rock of the game, J.R. Groves throws to the 4-foot. Here comes McCartney with their first rock in end number 1. Rocks away.
Top 12 is okay.
It's hanging out a bit. And it looks like it's not going to make it. Just a bit wide on that flash.
Early, who needs it? Yes, line. Off line. Off line. Off line.
Okay, so now we got J.R. Groves with his second rock. There it goes.
Good shot.
Front end legs. Oh, they're on it now. They're brushing pretty hard. Oh, and now they're off. Fooled me.
Yep.
And it's going to settle in as a guard on the center line. Did leave it open for a little bit of a hit. Let's see what McCartney wants to do. Oh. We had a little bit of a camera delay here, so if I'm a little off with the commentary, I apologize. We're about a rock ahead live as we are on the video feed. It is a little hard to catch. But anyway, McCartney just comes up short on the draw.
Narrow. Let's put it in.
Oh, so the audio is...
Real. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Okay. On its own. On its own. I like the Christmas tree here.
Here comes Curling Club of Virginia with their next rocker. They're going to like to play a bit of a hit. Got about a stone and a half open. Ladies are on it. It looks a bit narrow and a little light.
Leave it. Leave it.
All right, so Dobbs is sitting pretty here with 2 rocks in the house and the front of the house all blocked up. He's going to have Keith come in again, pile him in. And Keith Stone is away. Michael clearly likes it. I do too.
We're in. Off, off.
Settling in nicely.
Fight it. Off line, off line, off line. Yeah, might as well. I know. Good throw.
They got a biter at it. I think that's what Michael wanted. All right, so Curling Club of Virginia's got a lot to throw at.
Yeah, the hammer symbol.
comes second, Barbara Joe Walsa with her second stone. Again, it looks a little light from our vantage point, but the sweepers are not on it. Yeah, I think they should have gotten that a little earlier, 'cause she's going to leave it high. Dobbs Rink looking in control here with 3 in the house and the center line protected and without hammer. Here comes vice skip Mike Sell getting ready to throw his first rock of the game. Dobbs just wants to guard this up. Looks like Mike might have fishtailed out a bit. He's looking pretty wide and pretty hot.
Okay, let's make sure it's back 12.
All right, not the most ideal guard. No offense, Mike.
I thought it was blue. It sounded the hottest anyways.
Same thing.
Here comes the Curling Club of Virginia's vice skips rocks. The first one is away. Sweepers are on it pretty hard. Looks kind of light from this vantage point. They're really pounding that stone. I think Curling Club's just getting a little bit used to the speed of the ice. Potomac Curling Club typically is, people who've played on this know it starts out quite slow in the first end or two. But I guarantee it'll keen up as the game goes along, and Curling Club of Virginia will start to get those shots further into the house and not throw those high guards all the time. So here comes Mike Sell. He's got a redemption for his second shot. Again, Dobbs is looking for a guard on the right side of the house. This one looks significantly better.
Andrew, I played against some of these ladies on the McCartney team, and
You have?
I played against them at their Rock Around the Clock Spiel in Richmond, Virginia. I believe a couple of them were on the championship event winning team.
Is that so? That was that 24-hour bond spiel, right, Ben?
That's right. It was a lot of fun.
So what times did you wind up playing?
I got an 8 p.m. draw.
Okay.
And a 2 a.m. draw and a 6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m. draw on top of a 2 a.m. draw? I can't even wrap my head around that. I hope you weren't the one who had to drive home.
I did not.
Good.
I did not. And let me tell you, that was quite the ride. Thankfully, we had a pretty good time keeping each other awake during that ride home.
I would imagine that would be part of the team building, is just keeping everybody awake during a bond spiel like that. But I hear it was pretty. Everybody had a really good time, in spite of the fact that people were probably like zombies after the bond spiel was over. But I think that was part of the allure. Everybody knew what they were getting into, so.
Yeah, I think if you got a day to catch up,
yeah,
it's something you want to experience once.
And it's certainly unique. There is no other bond spiel that I know of that schedules games at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. You heard people complain that they get an 8 o'clock morning draw on a regular bond spiel. You can laugh in their faces now about that.
Yeah, you don't know until you played a 2 a.m. draw.
No, no, no. Oh, hey, it's a Skips Rocks.
So Michael's trying to guard up the draw that'll cut down some points.
Okay, drag it back. Both you can, both you can.
Looks kind of wide. Did fishtail out a little bit. It's starting to snap and touch, but I think it's going to leave him open.
Good sweep. Nice.
It's a really funky lineup here with
Especially for the first
all the yellow rocks in the center and the right and all the red rocks on the left. It's like they're playing two completely different games right now at this end. Curling Club of Virginia is definitely still in this, though. it's a shame. It looked like she kind of dumped it a bit.
So, if I'm reading the jersey right, it
Yes.
looks like Christina Leslie's throwing skip rocks. Is that right?
Yes, Katie is skipping the team but throwing lead rocks, a la Team Sigurdsson and the Swedish women's national team. That's a way that they do it.
That has certainly worked for Team Sigurdsson.
Yes, it has. So why not try it at this level? I think it's a pretty sweet deal. If you like to call a game but you don't like the clutch shots, this is the way to go.
It really is. You get all the glory of your name being on the winning team.
Right.
1-2.
So it looks like Michael's going to play the defensive shot here. I think he's happy with how the house is set up for him this end.
Oh, yeah. He's sitting. Is that biting in the back?
Take a look.
Yeah, let's take a gander. It doesn't look like it from this vantage point.
Definitely 3.
Yeah, he's sitting 3, but hey, 3 without it. You should be really happy with that. I hear a 2 from JR. That's what you want. Oh, now I hear a 4.
Well, they
Bet it'll be a 3.
They definitely don't want to get on it.
All right, takes the raise away. Nice shot by Michael. Christina Leslie's got to just draw in here on that port. I think best case scenario, she's going to be trying to cut him down. Tucking it in on that forefoot might be a bit tricky. But let's prove me wrong. Oh, well, that handle is...
Raise, I think, on the
Yeah, I guess they are going for the raise. That's an interesting call.
It's going to be close.
Huh. This looks
It's got a
looking
chance.
right.
They're on it now.
now.
Just a little too much.
Little
weight on it.
too much weight on it. Her line was really nice. That's a tough break. That's a good try there. All right, so after 1, that is Team Dobbs up by a field goal. 3-0.
Center guard. Way off. Yeah, it's way out there. Stay close. Yes. Halfway. All right, sweep it. It's in. Yes. It's in. No, it's in. Good throw.
Okay, we're back to the action here. We've got 2 rocks thrown in the second end. Ooh, they just got the Ford Fiesta by drawing to the button. Nice play there by Team Virginia. Sheets going on the other. Let's see, the other sheets we have tonight. On sheet A, we have Andrew from Potomac going against Buffington from Pittsburgh. On sheet C, we've got Reiniger from Plainfield against Rudd from Philadelphia. And on sheet D, we have Franklin from Triangle against Findlay from Potomac. Once they hang the scores, we will let you know what the scores are. So far, nobody's hung a score. Boy, it's a lot nicer calling it down on this end, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, it makes it a little easier.
It sure does.
See the strategy develop a little bit. Looks like Dobbs likes to play this end aggressively. I think he's going to set the house up to try to hold them to 1 after their button shot.
Yeah, that's a really nice placement that JR threw there, because that puts Virginia in a bit of a pickle here. They throw a guard, then they're looking at possibly forcing themselves to 1. And if they don't guard it, Dobbs has a nice hit back. It looks like they're throwing the guard. Oh, it's snapping pretty well. Hey, that's a nice rock there by Curling Club of Virginia. Putting it right where she wanted it. Very nice shot.
Center guard.
There we go. Mr. Dobbs playing by the book. Playing without, forcing 1. I think he learned that at Hot Shots. He and I were at the Hot Shots curling camp this season.
That was here at the club.
It sure was. It was fantastic.
Did you learn any new moves?
I did. I'm not going to tell them to everybody. And you certainly didn't see it last night when I tapped somebody in for 3 and then shorted a draw against 4. Woo. It's second Keith Wood throwing that guard. Hey, he also went to the Hot Shots curling camp. Clearly it shows. Oh, we got a scoring update on sheet C. Let's see. Looks like we've got Philadelphia just scored a deuce in the first. We've got a scoring update on sheet D. Potomac scored 3 in the first. And on sheet A, holy cats, Potomac scored a 5 in the first. So that's 5-0 Potomac over Pittsburgh on A, 2-0 Philadelphia over Plainfield on C, and 3-0 Potomac over Triangle on D. Clunk.
Not a bad job to move something off the center line and get one in the house.
No, not too bad.
Could give her an opportunity to actually get a couple out of this end.
If she can pull that yellow one out of the way, it'll be a tricky. The angle hit there is, but it's going to be tough. I kind of like this call too that Michael's taking. Pluck that one off. They could use something on that later, but Michael's getting rid of that threat right now.
I like that too. I think a roll here is pretty well guarded. If it comes across the face just a little bit, that's okay.
Yep.
It's bumper.
Just narrow. Nice weight. Tough break by Keith. I gotta say, I'm not somebody who would have a pink broom myself, but I'm digging her broom. It's pretty sharp. Yeah, you don't see a lot of brooms like that. The horsehair in a nice pink color there. The broom shaft matching the broom part.
It looks like it might be a custom job.
I think it is. I think you're right. No wonder it looks so good. Hey, weren't we supposed to give her a shout out?
I do believe that Miss McCartney wanted to give a shout out to Bigfoot.
It's a Bigfoot. Let's not question it. Let's just give him a shout out. He
Bigfoot,
clearly
if you're out
deserves
there
it.
tonight.
We're talking cryptozoology tonight at the Potomac Curling Club. Speaking of which, I was in Maine past weekend and missed the opportunity to go to the Cryptozoological Museum in Portland. Really kicking myself for not going to that place. We had some downtime before our Bonspiel. It was one of the options.
What Bonspiel were you at up there?
We were at the Maniac Bonspiel in Belfast. It is fantastic. Third year I've been there. Get a nice mix of teams from New England, from Quebec, from New Brunswick, and it's very popular with Potomac teams. I believe there were 5 teams from Potomac who tried to get in, and we were the only ones who managed to squeeze in via lottery. So, of course, we only went 1 and 2. We had a wonderful time. JR and Keith are really pounding this rock hard. It's going to be close. That was all them. Oh, he's good at oh my goodness, and the bonus chip away. Nice shot by Mike, but that you got to give the credit to that one to the sweepers.
Yeah, the sweepers held that line the whole way down the
Yeah, they killed it. Nice job, Keith and JR.
Terrific sweep there.
Demonstrating that curling really is a sport.
She's asking for control weight here.
Get it? Oh, so close. So close. I heard Katie say that she thought she was inside. If she was inside, if she could tell she was inside coming right out of the hand, that means that the sweepers did an excellent job of holding that line. That was so close. That was a nice try by the vice.
She did open up that center line a little bit.
She did. It wasn't a bad miss.
They have a chance here. Dobbs recognized the threat. He's going to try to guard, it looks like.
Looks pretty heavy from his vantage point. But I'm behind the glass, so what do I know?
I think that one's going to carry just a little deeper than he wanted to guard.
A little tap would be nice. Oh, no. Oh.
We needed like 1 second to sweep it.
McCartney might be licking her chops here. Now she's got more stuff to hit.
I wonder if there's a fancy triple there.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? On camera, too, no less.
I think it might be a little thin.
That would be.
There's definitely a double there.
There sure is. That would be exciting. I hope she hits something here. No handle on it, though. So who knows what this is going to do. Oh, yeah. Did you see that when it came out of her hand? She had virtually no handle on it. And then it started to catch, it started to cut, and then it just fell off.
I mean, really, we're looking at guarding.
The weight was nice. The weight was nice, but
So if we can see
the release was not.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of stuff. We can't plug everything. So
We're at our peak viewership right now, Ben. We got 25 people watching us.
That's wonderful.
We better not screw this up.
Tony is in the chat room. If anybody
even if
send a shout out.
Yeah.
Would like to hear from you.
Yeah. Thanks, TJ.
6+.
That was 15 minutes ago, but thank you, TJ. I appreciate it. See, I got to pay attention. I'm crying out loud. Score correction on sheet A. I said that Potomac had scored 5. I was wrong. They only scored 4. So that's 4-0 Andrew over Buffington on sheet A.
Back here on sheet B, it looks like Dobbs is lining up the guard. There's probably not one guard that stops all the runbacks that they have, but he's just trying to take away the easiest one.
Just put junk in the front. That's all you need.
It's in the house.
Oh, it's in the house. Says Michael Dobbs.
Okay, and we'll wait for
Well, that's not in the house.
No, I think it got out on the. I think it got out on a path we haven't seen tonight.
too much ice.
Just kind of hung out there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit far out for a guard. And Team McCartney's going to get another chance.
They just got to hit something here. Like you said, Ben, they can jar a lot loose with one good hit.
I think if they get on the nose on this one, There might be a real fancy triple. It would take a lot of weight.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I think she might have flicked it out a bit because it's really starting to fade.
She's got the weight on it. Looks like she's going to crash on that guard.
Going to crash on that guard, yeah.
Michael just put up.
Just like that.
Well, that's one way to get one of them. Not a bad miss.
No, not at all.
Plan something.
Those are the best kinds of misses.
I think Michael still has a problem guarding everything.
I'm worried they can do some magic here. If they could somehow get both these yellows out, they might wind up sitting 3. So, yeah. Center line guard. Actually, anywhere on center line. So even like, actually, parallel there is perfect. So let's go with 4.5.
Thinking like 2 inside of here. So
Yeah, 4.5. You know, just a touch more. Yeah, I don't want it to overcurl. I'd rather be wide.
Always nice having those mics on the skips when you can hear the strategy during the game. And since this is near Washington, D.C., of course, you can hear everything that's going on, and they probably don't even know it. They do know it, we told them. Who am I kidding? That would just be wrong. Good thing, too, about Michael Dobbs wearing the mic is he is not one to swear a lot, so I'm very happy that they're here on sheet B and he's skipping.
Yes, line. Off. Okay, back to center.
Ben, what do you think of this one?
Yes! Yeah.
I think he's left a little high.
All the way.
all the way back to the center line, guys.
Far as you can.
The boys are on it hard. They got it.
All right. Good sweep.
To the
Too
top.
much ice again.
Harder, not so hard.
Yeah.
Harder, sort of hard.
Well, I mean, I think that there's
Nice end. Nice end.
there's a way to score 3 here for Team McCartney.
Saying maybe come with 2 o'clock turn, hit that red on the nose, hits into that other one, pops the 2 yellow ones out. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I think that's there.
Oh, she pushed it wide, though. That's the most unfortunate.
It would take a lot of weight to move both of those rocks, and she, I think, tried to put all the weight she could get behind it.
Yeah.
It's just going to sail.
All right, that's going to conclude the second inning. That's another steal of 2 by Team Dobbs. That makes the score 5-0, starting the third inning.
See if I can get that scoreboard up there.
I'm all situated. It didn't. I made it that way.
There we go. Now we have a scoreboard.
Excellent. Hey, here's J.R. Groves throwing lead rocks in the third end here. Looking to throw a nice guard. Looks good from our vantage point.
Off. Yes. Back to center.
Keith and Mike are dragging it toward the center line, doing a heck of a job here. The placement looks nice.
Great throw.
Oh, that's a
Good sweep,
peach. Right on the center line. Nice throw there by JR.
We're setting up a mixed doubles there.
Oh, please throw a come around it. Prove us true. Have you ever played that, Ben?
I have once.
You have. What do you think of it?
It was a lot of sweeping.
I've never done it.
And it's an exciting game. You really have to think of the game in a different way. I played it on arena ice, though.
Aha. Whereabouts?
Down in Prince William County.
Oh, okay.
The Prince William Ice Center. And, it had a little bit less curl than the than dedicated ice. We've been getting the initial come around freeze, which tends to be the dominant strategy.
Yeah.
Made it a little bit difficult to accomplish.
Okay, let it go.
Are you feeling better?
That's like here.
What? Oh. What are you?
Okay, don't touch. Let it touch.
No, never mind. Disregard the whole conversation.
That's a biter.
Yeah, I think he's got a bite
Good
of
line,
that.
little
Does
heavy.
he? All right, he sure does.
Huh?
It's all good.
That's some quality camera work there, Ben. Thank you. Ben doing double duties tonight, everybody. Not only calling the game with me, but also running the cameras and the scoreboard. I'm just sitting here yapping. And occasionally standing.
Just trying to keep up with the hot curling action.
Is there any different type of curling action, Ben? If there is, I don't want to know.
Just a little bit heavy.
Guard it
there.
up.
McCartney was trying to get behind the guard.
Yeah, she might have put a little too much mustard, when she was trying to throw to the outside of the sheet.
Well, we saw Dobbs throw out there
Yep.
this way.
It's Rich's rock.
And he was through the house. Found out he wasn't.
Whoa, whoa.
Probably was thinking the same thing.
On its own. And finish. Yes. Excellent.
Keith. That was Keith Wood who threw that shot. That was a really, really nice guard. That's exactly where Michael wanted him to put it.
Yeah, the sweepers will be happy they didn't have to work too hard on that one.
No, they did not. Everybody wins there on Michael's team. Here's the second for the Curling Club of Virginia. Throwing in some sort of like Manitoba tuck slide. Looks kind of cool from here. Gets really low to the ground.
Good for the hits.
Yes, very good for the hits.
And in this case, it's good for the draws. She got right around that guard. Looks like she's tucking it right in there.
Oh, that's a beautiful draw. Right around the center. Now we got our mixed doubles set up. And let's get rid of these guards, okay? Let's just throw a couple more rocks here. That was a really, really pretty draw. Plenty of room around the guard. Tucked in nice behind. It just looks completely covered from this vantage point. And in front of the tee line. So Keith's going to have to make a heck of a shot here to try to lodge that away.
Michael's asking for backline weight here. Looks like he's going to try to get that shot out.
Yeah.
Keith wanted him on it right away. Michael called him off. I think he's playing plan B now.
Yeah, just going to peel that guard off. That's a fine shot, too. That is the easier call. He got most of it off. Now it's exposed.
Plan something.
Hey, and the shooter lands biting the forefoot, too. That's a bonus.
Heard Michael call it there, plan something. Might not have been A or B.
As a good skip should.
Pretty narrow.
He's got one in the forefoot now.
They're just gonna plug it up.
We can trade. Like, I hit that hard. Get out both.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll see what they do. Yeah.
So here's the Curling Club of Virginia's second rock. It's hanging out a ton. It's going to crash on that yellow guard. But it's going to move over to the center a little bit. Makes the hit a little bit harder because it narrows that port up. Let's see.
Well, that rock could come back in the end. To count, but
Michael's contemplating going through that port. Let's try it.
Control!
All right. I like that confidence, Michael.
You'll come the other way, then we might nose ours.
The goal is with them out. Actually, you're right. That's the
It's
better
certainly an
shot.
aggressive call, but a lot of things
Still
that can
control.
go wrong actually will go right if they miss it. I think
Sure.
they'll open up that center line and take another stab at it if they don't get the guard, if McCartney doesn't get the guard back up.
And again, I mean, Michael's really in the driver's seat in this end. Yet again, he's got a rock on the center line. Shot rock. He's got the center line protected. He's up 5. Ooh, this it's going to hang a touch just a little bit. He was about a half an inch too wide, I think. Good try by Mike Zell, though.
Yep.
You have to do a run back. You can't see it.
So Miss McCartney is going to replace that guard. This is our Barbara Jo Palsa throwing third rocks for Curling Club of Virginia. Line from this vantage point looks pretty nice. Looks a bit quicker than a guard. Oh, I think they were a little late on the line, though.
Well,
Fascinating.
Okay. Well, looking from behind Michael's shoulder here, he's got about 3/4 of that shot rock. Unfortunately for the Dobbs team, the second rock is well buried.
yeah, I think Michael has got to make a decision here whether he wants to
Guard!
hold them for one or try to get another steal. And it looks like he's going to play the hold.
I like that call, Michael. Nice, smart, strategic call there.
Plan B, freeze here.
So heard Michael call out plan B already.
Wall line.
Looks like it is a little heavy.
Was it even halfway down the sheet when he called Plan B?
Here. Just here. No, don't touch.
It's important to always have a plan B.
It sure is.
It looks
Plan B.
like
Hey, that's not too bad either. Oh, we got a scoring update, Ben, on sheet D. Not looking good for Carolina, for Triangle right now. It is 8-0 after 2. Potomac over Carolina. They just picked up a steal of 5.
I called the guard because I'm fine with him taking one. So.
Oops, scoring update 2 on sheet C. It looks like that team from
I wanted to go.
Plainfield has countered with a 3-spotter in the second end. So it is now 3-2 Plainfield after 2. And something happened on sheet A. They definitely finished the second end, but nobody's hung up the score.
So speedy and strong. Watch out, watch out.
All right, let's guard it up. About 4.5. Anywhere.
I think Michael likes
We're
the
actually
house
looking
right now.
for left
Yeah.
of center here.
It's a smart call. No need to do anything stupid. You force him to 1.
Pardon me.
I think Craig likes it too.
Left of center.
Yes.
No, I don't want to get down there. Guard. All right. We'll make it right.
You know, Ben, it seems like Michael's been able to throw a bunch of guards already as a skip. You know, that's always a good sign. He's had it pretty easy tonight with his shooting. His team's been setting him up pretty well. JR and Keith have been throwing some nice rocks these first 2 wins.
Yeah, I think Michael's had a pretty aggressive strategy with his lead in the second stones. And they've been paying off for him.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been setting the ends up really, really well. Did he make it?
Sorry about that, guys.
Clearly he didn't. That was a very well-timed apology there by Michael Dobbs. Thank you, Michael.
When you throw skip stones, these
Oh,
guards can kind of throw you off.
Yeah, you're not used to throwing guards to skip that much, are you?
Yep.
I would give it this, but you don't have to.
Especially live on the internet.
So Christine Elise throwing fourth for Curling Club of Virginia has a bit of a redemption from her previous end where she needed to throw a pretty heavy hit into a pile of rocks. That's what we're going to have happen again. This is a high-risk, high-reward, though, because that rock, their shot rock looks like it's going to jam. Or, I mean, it's going to be ran out. So, let's see what happens here. Much better release from this angle. That looked a lot better than the last angle. Mine doesn't look too bad either. Or is it going to hang? Oh, it clips that red rock in the front of the house. Oh boy. That turns the end around quite significantly because Michael's got a pretty easy run back for sitting 4.
You see it, but no. Let's throw the guard.
He's going to throw the guard. Okay.
Same shot, same line. Throw the guard right here. Yep.
That is the kind and safe
Well,
move.
it is the safe play, I think. If
Three
he
guard
misses
this
the hit,
time.
I don't think he's thrown a hit all night, and I think if he misses the hit, then he definitely gives them a chance to draw for one.
Ball with the
A
hammer.
force of 1 is fine if you obviously
All right.
don't have the hammer.
No.
I'd say if the score is a bit different, I think it may be a wise move to go for that nose hit on the yellow, but
Early.
the guard certainly is a fine call too.
Offline. Left to center. Left to center.
Over and up. Just make sure it's over.
Is it going to stay left to center?
That's the job.
Yeah, it does the job. That's not a bad shot by Michael. All right. Here comes Curling Club of Dream with the final rock in the third end. I got to question this call if they're trying to do some sort of hit.
I'm not sure what the lineup is here. I guess we'll see.
This is Christine Alessi throwing the fourth stones. And she pitched it out. That's fine. That is fine. They get their point. They get on the board. And that concludes the third end. That makes the score Dobbs from Potomac 5 and Curling Club of Virginia, Team McCartney 1. Ben, we got a scoring update on sheet C. What do we got here? Looks like
We got a tie ball game.
we got a tie ball game here. Looks like Philadelphia came back with a single. They're now tied 3 up against Plainfield after 3. Still haven't hung second end on sheet A.
Might have been a big end.
Yeah, they are 14 rocks into the second end, into the third end, and have not hung, not have hung the second end.
To the other side.
Can we tell who has it?
Nah.
Looks like yellow has hammer, so we know.
You know, yellow stole.
We know red got at least one.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yep, you're right. I'm looking at the third end's already set up. So yeah, you're right. Red stole.
And who's red and yellow over there?
Red is Pittsburgh and yellow is Potomac. That's Buffington. Is that Buffington? I know Tim. No, it is Steve Buffington, isn't it? Let's see here. Yep, it's Steve Buffington versus Team Andrew. Hey, back on sheet B here, a beautiful centerline guard thrown by Katie McCartney to start the fourth end. Michael's going to ask JR to throw the corner guard to our left side of the house.
I don't think we've seen one curl this way
Let it
yet.
go.
No, we haven't seen the outturn on this side of the sheet yet.
Cornered here.
And if we have, I've forgotten about it. This looks...
Yeah, put it in.
All right, that's going to be biting the 12-foot. Not a bad shot. Placement's nice.
Yeah, I don't think they know the ice for the come behind here, so
Yeah, that seems awfully narrow, doesn't it?
It's got more. Way more.
she's just trying to get it back on the button though.
I think I might have taken a little bit more ice on this shot.
Looks like she knows
But
the throw.
prove me wrong, because this is going to clear the guard with room to spare.
She knows her skips curl there.
And on the button, that is a nice pair of rocks thrown by Katie McCartney.
I guess that's why we're in here and they're out there.
That's right. That's right. Oh, those were two peaches thrown by Katie. I think that shout out to Bigfoot's really paying off right now.
Some Bigfoot magic in that throw.
Not a phrase I thought I would hear tonight, but here we are.
I wonder if they have Bigfoot in Italy.
Hard! Hard! All the way, all the way! Rolling!
So JR's hack weight hit is actually going to turn into a nice tick shot. That I think actually almost worked out better than a hack weight hit, because it opens the ice up for Mr. Dobbs, gets rid of that center guard without actually, well, it takes the center guard out of play now, because now it's flashed over to the far side of the house. So if he was calling a tick shot, that would have been perfect, but he didn't, so we can't score 100% on that one. This is Alexandra Carroll throwing the third rock of end number 4 at the Spiel d'Italia at the Potomac Curling Club.
And Alexander asked me to send a shout out to Fajasimos.
Of course. We didn't ask her what that was, did we?
I feel like I should have. I definitely just said it on the internet.
Well, if any of you 27 out there watching know who and or what Fajasimos is, please enlighten us. Yeah, that's a nice hit there by Keith. Nice control weight hit. JR and Mike really held that line. That's exactly what I was going to say, Michael. It was narrow, but they held it. We're on the same page here, Ben.
I think Katie still likes this end.
Yeah. Also throwing a control weight hit. It's snapping over nice. This looks pretty nice.
She's got it right there. I mean, she wants it across the face
Across
a little
the
bit.
face. It's going to
She's
roll
got it,
over. Is
and
Katie going to be able to
right
sweep
behind
that out?
guard.
Oh, that's a beaut.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
That's a hit right there.
I'll tell you, Curling Club of Virginia seems to have really been picking up their game right now. They're throwing a lot better shots than they were in the first end or two.
Well, they're coming off of arena ice. The Curling Club of Virginia. It takes a couple ends to get used to the swing here.
Ooh, we got another scoring update on sheet D. It appears that Triangle just cannot get it together right now, as Potomac has stolen another 3, making the score 11-0 after 3. They finally hung the sheet. They finally hung the second end on sheet A. Oh, they actually hung 2 ends on sheet A. The score is now 5-1 Potomac over Pittsburgh. That's 5-1 after 3 Potomac over Pittsburgh on sheet A. Andrew versus Buffy.
Dobbs is second, clears out the house, leaving only the biter that J.R. Gross hung up there.
A little more, so might stick around, but the important was getting that.
Just a little too much weight on this one.
Top 8!
Cheers, DJ.
Late! Late! Yes! That's right!
Ooh, what'd I miss?
Wait only! Top 8, yes, yes, yes!
Through the house,
Uh-huh.
All the way!
top 8 behind the
All
net.
the way!
Okay.
And now Dobbs is trying to come right back.
All the way.
And put one right
Are they going to pull it onto the house? They sure are. That's a marvelous sweep in there by Keith and JR.
Very good sweeping.
Again.
It looks like McCartney's happy to just come in behind that one.
This looks very heavy. Now you can tell right out of the house. But she came out like gangbusters. All right, so Michael's got 2 biters and the hammer and a 4-point lead. I say he's pretty happy. Michael calling a nice call here to go to the wings. Leave that center open so he can have a draw when he gets his rocks.
Split the house, get behind that biter.
It's through.
Sweepers are calling it through.
Yes for one.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes!
Okay, so Team McCartney catches a break
It's all right. I gave it to you
with
with
Mike's flash.
And that's what blows the job.
She's looking for a hit on the left side of the rock. That should ideally also maybe roll the shooter over to the left side of the house.
I think there's a real thin double there.
It's really hard to do. I think it's no, I think they're too flat.
Yeah, they might be.
Yeah.
But that is gonna go through the house.
All right, same thing. Draw behind the corner guard. Center line. Actually, give me
So
just
trading
that
some
side.
heavy flashes here. Michael Dobbs is going to try and put his rock on the wings on the left side of the house behind that biting yellow stone that I think is the second shot.
I mean, if you want to hit the house, that's the goal.
Michael could really crack it open here if he gets even just a 2. And the rock is away.
Called the weight in the house.
He's got a curl.
I don't think they like the line though. He's not on it now.
looks pretty light from our vantage point. Keith and Jer really got to pound it to get it even to touch paint.
All the way. No.
Man, oh, good try, guys.
My bad.
And he just leaves it short. Okay, so Katie looking to get rid of this shot rock here, that biting 12-foot.
Yeah. That's all right. I mean, if they pounded it the whole way, it could have been in. But
Oh, a little stumble out of the hack. That is unfortunate. Although,
she might hit the outside.
she might accidentally run this red one into the yellow one. Nah, she's going to hit it too thin. I'm going to skirt that in for a shot rock. Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. Not a way that you normally should do it, but that does leave Michael, though, with an open hit.
Just control.
It's an open hit, I think, for 3.
Open hit for 3.
Hit and sit.
McCartney's really got to be hoping for some sort of miracle here. I mean, if they get us, if he does whiff on it, I mean, he's got to make the shot. It's never a given in curling, but he's got to make it. If they do get this steal, it certainly would be a stroke of luck for them. So you've got to admit that was an odd way to be shot rock. Here goes Michael Dobbs looking for an open hit for 3 in the 4th end. This is looking right on the money. And it is. Nice shot by Michael Dobbs. That is a 3 for Team Dobbs. Makes the score 8-1 after 4 here at the Spiel d'Italia at the Potomac Curling Club. Hey, we got 4 more viewers. We're up to 29 now. Thank you again. Oh, now up to 30. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For that 30th person who just joined us, you're halfway through the draw 1 of the Spiel d'Italia. We have Team Dobbs from Potomac against Team McCartney from the Curling Club of Virginia. The score is 8-1 in favor of Dobbs. They just took a 3 after Michael made an open hit. And now we're about to start the 5th with the lead. JR grows ready to throw the first rock in end number 5.
And I hope it's not too late in the evening, but JR would like to send a shout out to Corinne and Seth.
Line's good. Keep going. Keep going.
JR's been throwing some really nice lead stones tonight.
Yeah, Ben, he sure has. He's been throwing really, really well tonight. And sweeping the lights out, too.
Yeah.
Have you played with him down at Prince William?
I sure did. JR was down there with us. JR did a really wonderful job helping us get set up down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he was one of the people responsible for really spearheading that that operation.
Yeah. He and Michael Dobbs, and Mike Sells as well, all came down and did a couple learn to curl sessions. I think they did 3 or 4 of them. Taught some people how to stand on the ice and get out of the hack. I was one of those people. I've only been curling since May.
It's baby steps.
And then they had a couple leagues down there over the summer.
That's right, they did.
It was a good opportunity to curl when most of the dedicated ice is shut down.
Yes.
At the end. Yes.
Try not to touch myself. Try not to touch the
Yes. All the way. Split them.
All right, Jay was a little light on that last draw, but that's still not too bad because now we've got 2 rocks straddling the center line. So yet again, Dobbs setting themselves up very well without hammer, which seems to be one of the storylines so far in this game. They have just been absolutely perfect, and then some without the hammer. stealing 3, stealing 2, forcing 1. And he's done it by the book. He's controlled the front of the house for 3 of those 4 ends. Well, yeah, for 3 of those 4 ends. And then when he got his 3 in the 4th, he was able to keep that center wide open.
It's sticking around. I think. Just barely. Good line.
So here comes Curling Club of Virginia trying to counter that backbiter that Keith threw.
Yes, that is your rock.
This is Alexandra Carroll throwing second rocks for Curling Club of Virginia.
And now that we're up to our high number of watchers, if any of you out there know what Fajasimos is, please let us know in the chat.
And if you don't, make something up.
Unless it's something we shouldn't be saying on the air.
Maybe we can do that at the 9:30 show. It may get a little blue. I don't know. No, we can't do that. The censors will be all over us. But yeah, make something up. If you don't know exactly what it is, get creative. And clean, please. We have a scoring update on sheet C, the battle of Plainfield versus Philly. Philly gets a deuce in the 4th. Score is now 5-3. Philadelphia over.
Nice shot. Just a touch wide, but great waste.
Give it some more.
That is a correction. That's Plainfield over Philadelphia. My apologies. Plainfield is up 5-3 over Philadelphia.
Yeah. Up. Yeah.
Well, Jim, thank you for filling us in about that. They don't know what it is. That's okay.
Good call.
I guess that is a secret that
That the McCartney
Alexandra and Fajasimos are going to take to the grave with them.
And again, we just want to say, Jim and the rest of you 2087 right now, thank you for watching our webcast on the Potomac Curling Club website that the 2014 Spiel d'Italia here at the National Capital Curling Center, home with the Potomac Curling Club.
Little wide. Whoa.
Michael either doesn't like this shot or he's summoning a horse.
Wait on me.
Lots of woes there.
Far as you can.
Oh, Keith and JR are really burying this rock nice.
Nice weight. Little wide.
Oh, he's got about 3/4 of it, though, exposed. Good try by Mike Sell. Weight was really pretty, but just a touch wide.
I think Barbara Joe's got a good chance to come across the face here.
Yeah.
Roll that right in behind the wall that's been built up in front of the house.
So I know, Ben, we complimented Katie on her broom. I got to give a shout out to Barbara's shoes. Those are really sharp. I have never seen a pair of curling shoes like that before. I think that might also be a custom job. I don't know. But those are sharp. Those are sharp footwear that she got on. You like to see that. You like to see that.
Barbara had a pretty nice, it must be those shoes. Barbara just had a pretty nice raised double takeout.
She sure did.
And let's see if we can get those shoes on camera. Oh, she's just outside of the frame.
Maybe we'll budget a handheld camera next year.
Little up.
You want to get the replacement insurance program for the camera on the ice.
Yeah, that's true. That's where they get you. Scoring update on sheet D. Unfortunately, I got to say that the Triangle Curling Club is deeper in the hole here. Score is 13-0. Potomac over Triangle after 4.
We were going to have to do that eventually, so. Yeah.
Here on sheet B, McCartney's got a good chance for a hit.
Oh, yeah.
We saw Barbara Jo throw the really good hit weight last time.
So if they hold this line, we're going to be having a bit of a plan B. She's going to raise that guard on the left. A little too much mustard, though.
All right. So let's tighten the line up for me a bit. Only 5 feet. And
Well,
drop.
Michael's sitting pretty. He's got
If I'm
two
wide, that's fine.
biters, and they're both barely touching the house. Yep, so Michael's going to try to draw behind that pile. Pro side miss, of course, is leaving it high. Bonus is a biter on the high side.
There is that one.
But I've said it before, Ben, and I'll say it again. He is yet again controlling the house when he doesn't have the hammer by keeping that center line totally blocked up. Michael's just been calling a really, really nice game tonight, and the scoreboard shows it.
Yeah, I think that if Team McCartney looks back at the tape on this one, they may have wished they peeled some of those guards off.
Yeah, Ben, you took the words right out of my mouth. You're right. They should have been maybe peeling a bit earlier, keeping that. They haven't actually peeling at all. They haven't called a single peel all game. But I think they're a younger team, and this is you play these bond spiels for fun, and if you really want to also look at them, every game you get is going to give you more and more experience, and you come back and you learn about your wins and your losses. And we both know the Dobbs rink is certainly no slouch. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, that this Dobbs rink, although Keith was not on the team, but Michael, JR, and Mike won the B event at the Dykes last year. So that shows you how they're a pretty solid team. And it shows. Plus, they got 2 hotshot alumnus on their team, so you can't go wrong with that.
Team McCartney's had some really good shots tonight. The ends just haven't been setting up in their favor.
Yeah, you're right. They've been chasing the Dobbs rink all night. Before Michael throws this rock, hopefully we can squeak in a scoring update on sheet A. Pittsburgh gets a single in the 4th. That makes the score 5-2 Potomac over Pittsburgh.
Counting guard. Little wide heavy.
So Michael was looking for a biter or a bit of a guard. He's going to get a freeze, though, because it is going to be a little bit heavy. The line is great.
Good call.
Is he now sitting 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, the camera angle makes it look like 3.
You want this?
Yeah, that's Keith's biter in the back for the second throw of the end.
Mess over here.
So yeah, they're sitting 3 right now.
All right.
Here is the hammer for the Curling Club of Virginia. This is Christine Alessi.
Yeah.
Tell you, she's been put in some difficult situations tonight. She's had to throw some. She has some really, really tough shots she's had to throw. She's going to rub on that red guard. And that's going to conclude end number 5. That is a steal of 3 for Potomac. That makes the score after 5 ends 11-1. Dobbs over McCartney.
Michael's got the sweepers on.
He called the sweep right when it snapped. This looks like another.
You really wanted the guard, didn't you? It's a perfect guard.
JR
Yeah,
signed up to play the lead tonight.
Well, we'll see, if you're scoring at home, you'll score that at 2 out of 4. Why not? He wanted it in, but the line was fine. He just left it 4 feet short. So here's Katie McCartney throwing for Curling Club of Virginia. Looking for the come around. She did come out a bit wide. And it looks it's way down and it is falling off the table. Be lucky if this one even gets over the line.
Quite a bit of curl on
That might have picked given the action of that rock hat. I don't know.
We got late in the end here. Or late in the draw here.
Yes, one.
We're seeing a little more swing when you get out there. It's kind of a science to get your sweepers on at the right time.
I like playing with yellow.
Basically.
You want to avoid the big swing.
Yeah, I like that one.
Jim, thanks for filling us in on the experience level of the Curling Club of Virginia's team. They just ran into a tough team tonight with the Dobbs rank. I think we're looking at 4 or 5 years experience for all 4 guys on Potomac. I will say the Curling Club of Virginia, despite the score, they have thrown some pretty good shots. They have been stuck in some pretty sticky situations. But I'm glad they're here. I'm glad they came to the Spiel d'Italia, and I certainly hope they'll be back again. And we'll be cheering them on when they get to the next game.
Oh, they're going to have a great time here at the Spiel d'Italia.
Oh, us in Potomac will make it so. We want to make sure that every single person who comes through these doors has an excellent time. And if they don't, it's their own fault. No, I take that back.
As a new member myself, I've got to say that the club has just been a really welcoming experience. I think they treat all their guests and their members and their new members really well with open arms.
I'm happy to hear you say that, Ben. As the guy who oversees membership and vice president of the club, that means a lot to hear you say that.
Well, thank you for all the work you do.
Yeah, we've had for those who don't know, we have 61 new members this year, I believe, which I'm sure is, if it's not a record, it's pretty darn close. Stace, you make a good point. I am hoping that we see the Curling Club of Virginia back here for the Elizabeth Childs Challenge. That's the GNCC All Women's 5 and Under Bonspiel. We'll be hosting that this year. So, you know, I think already playing a couple of games on this ice will give Virginia a little bit of an advantage. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see them at the Childs this year in March. So I'm looking very forward to. I always look forward to when we host a 5 and Under Bonspiel, Ben. You know, I don't know if anyone's told you about playing in the Dykes or the Kaiser yet. If they haven't, I'm going to tell you you should play in the Dykes and/or the Kaiser if your schedule and budget allow.
I hope I get the opportunity to. I've heard a lot of really good stories.
Oh, they are the best. They are the best time. Josh Leggett, I'm going to say you're going to get the best excuse of anybody for not showing up tomorrow. It's wish you good luck in your marathon. That's right, Stacy. So the Dobbs rink is going for a come around here. Michael was just a hair late on the line call, and it wicks off the center guard and floats to the left side of the house. McCartney's going to try and hit that guy out. No, they're going to draw in. Okay.
No, I call for the two centers because I want to practice. You know, when we need a steal, you throw out the two center guard. So.
I don't know if you can hear Michael on the mic there. He's talking about how they're playing the game for a little bit of future strategy as the Bonspiel goes on.
Well, yes, it is.
Talking with his vice about
let's practice.
the ideas they have for how they'll play the strategy in the remaining.
That is wise.
Or later in the year. Yeah.
Bring it in.
Weight on this looks really, really nice, as does the line.
Good. Thank you.
Ladies are dragging it in well. Get a piece of the button. Okay, so she draws down to the 4, but that is a really, really nice come around. 4. That was the. Is that Alexandra, I believe, who threw that rock? Yes, it was. Excellent come around by Alexandra. So, Curling Club of Virginia is sitting 1 here in the 6th end. Michael calling for a bumper weight takeout. Certainly pull that off with the guards that high.
Michael's got him on him quick, and he's pulled him right back off.
I think he might have pushed it out a bit. That really has to. Oh, that's starting to snap. I think they're going to like the results of this. Keith Wood jumping around for some body English. Didn't quite just work.
My bad on the sweep call.
But it does the job, as now it has Dobbs' rink sitting 1 and 2.
Yeah, it does the job, though. We're sitting
See if we
1-2.
can get a score noted before this rock goes to the house. We got a real barn burner on sheet C. Philadelphia comes back with a 4 spot to take a 7-5 lead after 5 over Philadelphia. Nope. That is Phil. I keep missing these colors up. That is Philadelphia is up 7-5 after 5 ends. My apologies. I'll get it right at some point.
Draw. Light is okay.
Line looks pretty nice, but I think it's going to float behind the tee line, and it is just barely. Pretty nice draw there by Mike Sell.
Little deep room we called for, but you know what? That's fine.
Curling Club Virginia is going to try to sit right behind that one.
Not today.
Sometimes you don't know what you want until you get it.
Well, yes. But I really wanted it above the tee.
Here goes Barbara Joe Paulsa with her rock, trying to play that come around, do exactly what Mike did. Looks a touch heavy, so it's not going to snap over. Ah, just barely misses, maybe plucking it out.
All right. Top left guard right here. Here. Yeah. Here. Guard biter.
Tell me now. You look intense.
All right. Guard biter, right of center line. Plug up the draw.
Michael said exactly what I was going to say, so no need to listen to me.
I think the Dobbs team has done a really good job of talking about their shots.
Yeah. Ben, they have. They've communicated with each other very well. We've been hearing JR talk about some stuff. We've heard Mike and Michael, of course, strategizing the game quite a bit. Yeah, they're communicating very well. I know, Michael and JR and Mike play a lot together, and they like playing together, and it clearly shows. And Keith has been a pretty nice fill-in for him. The guy that they played with last year, his name is Mark Carlson. He moved out to Switzerland, so obviously he's not going to be playing this season. No, Keith has done a nice job filling in, playing second. But it seems like Mike and Michael, after every single shot that they can, try to talk about the strategy of the game. So they seem to be on the same page every single second of this game. And a good back end will do that.
You were attracted to my magnetic personality.
Not sure they're talking about shot selection right now.
Yeah, well, maybe not right now. They're building chemistry. How about that? And again, thankfully, keeping it clean.
We only need 3.
Yeah. Hard, hard. You can leave it. Leave it, leave it. Thank you.
Yes, it did. Right here. Actually,
Let's listen and see what Mike wants to call here.
Actually, I want to guard this side.
Okay. That we can do.
Yeah. And let's go all the way up here. I'm serious.
Michael playing to the sideline of the sheet. Gets a little dicey out there.
Looks like he's calling about 8 feet of curl.
On that side.
Well, he's trying to put it right around where the red, hot, and blue sign is.
Still just like a 2 guard.
So he's not trying to come around. He's just trying to guard that the right side of that house. It's kind of a pick your poison with which side you want to guard the draw on.
Line's fine.
It's a little heavy.
Off, off, off.
Michael probably put a little too much gas on that one since he was playing so far out on the sheet, but it didn't stick around, or it didn't get sticky, and it just skirted into the forefoot. So Christina Leslie trying to draw into the house. If she can really get it to snap, she can maybe cut him down to 1. Looks like it's hanging quite a bit. That's going to clip the red rock out. And Michael's going to pick up another 4.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Not enough? You said that so hesitantly, like I was going to argue. I don't know about 4. I don't know. There's one I'm dreaming about really hard. That's definitely got at least 2 of them.
It's up to you. It's not my team's call at all, so.
So Potomac and Virginia are going to continue the game. Let's not forget her that the curling club of Virginia plays on arena ice, doesn't get a lot of opportunities to play on dedicated. So we're going to play the 7th end here.
Yeah, I know that as a new curler myself, I take every opportunity I can to get out there.
Sure, absolutely.
Throw more shots.
Yeah.
It's really the only way to get better.
It is. You're exactly right, Ben.
Give me 6.
You're exactly right about that.
And I'm sure Team Dobbs knows that, and they're happy to continue the game with them.
Absolutely.
It's still a center guard.
Here's a break.
It's a fantastic center guard, but it's still a center guard.
I know that's true.
We've kind of had a similar circumstance on sheet D. We've got a, well, currently an arena club, soon to be dedicated Triangle Curling Club, just playing out the game here on sheet D. Like I mentioned earlier, that Potomac was up by a pretty significant margin. No point even hanging the score in the 5th end, so they're throwing the 6th end back. Potomac's going to take that game. Scoring update on sheet A. Potomac gets a single in the 5th end. That makes the score 5-2. Potomac over. Oh, excuse me, 6-2. Somebody's head was in the way. That's Potomac over Pittsburgh.
It's a fantastic guard that I don't want.
Michael asking for the peel away from his lead here.
But he is aware of the free guard zone rule, yes? I mean, if he peels it, it's not going to do a lot of good.
I think you're allowed to peel your own.
Yes! All the way.
Oh, you're right. He's taking his off. My apologies.
Good.
No, I didn't even pay
Roll
attention.
it. Out.
There you go.
Textbook.
Nice
Got
shot,
the shot he
JR.
wanted. So the next time his lead needs to throw a peel, they'll know he has the weight.
And the ability.
That was considerate of me.
So here comes Katie McCartney throwing her 2nd rock in number 7. Sweeper's running pretty hard. She's got plenty of room around that guard. This looks like it's going to finish pretty well.
It's a great shot.
It's in.
Is that going to stick around? It's going to stick around on the back 8. Nice
Sure
shot.
does. Sure does.
That looks,
Right behind that guard, too.
the line is really nice. Looks pretty buried from this end. But you got that high guard, so Keith can't get around it with a bumper hack weight hit. And that's what Michael's going to call.
Doesn't look like bumper weight.
Yeah, looks a lot heavier than
Yes!
that. Or he's going to prove us wrong here. Because Keith is going to clip that out. Right.
Yep.
And
Hey,
roll
what's
over to
going
the
here?
center. That's a nice shot there by
That's a
Keith
goal.
Wood.
Just outside, right on that center line, the guard High guard is not covering it.
Nope, yeah, it's open from here.
Rubber Joe's going to get a chance for a hit here.
So Alexandra Carroll with her first. Yeah, her first
I am sorry, that is Alexandra Carroll.
rock of the end.
Gotta come over.
Weight looks great, but it's kind of hanging a touch. It's starting to snap. It's starting to snap. She's going to pluck it out. That's a nice shot by Alexandra Carroll.
Thank you, Alex.
Fantastic hit.
Well
there.
done. And the rock sticks around in the back 8.
Normal.
So Michael Dobbs calling for Keith to make that open hit.
Yes.
Looks like he might have pitched it a touch.
Yeah, he's got the sweepers on.
It's fine.
No, this is going to be right on the schnoz. That's a nice
Yeah.
hit by Keith.
That's
Keith, you're okay. You're okay.
rolling.
That did break, so it was certainly not on the nose, but nonetheless, that's a really nice shot. That shot rolled almost half behind that that high guard. Nice pair of rocks there by Keith. Okay, let's see if Alexandra can counter that one. She threw a really nice hit on the first one.
She's a left-handed curler, so she can see a little bit more of that.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Oh, Ben, we got some chatter about that CCVA's 24-hour bond spiel. I don't know, Stacy or Jim, if you guys had listened in, but Ben was also a participant in that.
All the way, all the way.
Had a great time.
Even into it. When did you play again? You said 6 a.m.?
I had an 8 p.m., a 2 a.m., and a 6 a.m. And if we had won the 6 a.m. draw, we would have gone into an 8 a.m. draw.
Oh, boy.
If we had won
4
that, we
games
would
in
have gone into
24 hours?
a noon draw.
Normal.
And what would have been the craziest 6 hours of my life.
You know, it's funny, the day before that draw, I was asked by one of the Potomac teams to play. Unfortunately, I had plans that day, and if I didn't, I really wish I would have gone. So for all those at the Curling Club of Virginia, I hope you guys are going to do that again next year. I think I'm going to have to condition myself to be ready for that next year, but not as in like, you know, physical condition, as in like, you know, how I can manage my sleep and my energy.
I gave it too much ice.
But yeah, hopefully you guys will do it again next year. There's nothing like it.
Now, Barbara Joe.
Yep.
Looks like she's going to kind of right in there.
Off. Yeah.
Line looks pretty good. She's going to just go right. Is she going to whisk by that guard? Oh, she's not.
Thank you.
So close.
That was really close. I think the weight was really nice to freeze onto that yellow, but
Normal.
just couldn't hang it out there.
So Ben, I got to ask you, when you were playing around like, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning, how was everybody's mood?
Well, my end's mood was rather raucous.
Is that so?
We survived the dry spell between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Or 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Roll
Okay.
arms away. Roll arms
And,
away.
and we're happy to open up in Virginia. The bars have to have to be closed between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Fair enough.
We got the line right too.
That's wise,
And,
especially for that Bondsville.
The Bondsville coordinator was kind enough to give us the time to open the bar right before our draw.
No, there isn't. because they did a thorough scrape.
And at that point, we were in pretty high spirits.
All right.
Our thirst was quenched.
Now you're curling.
Yeah.
The ice temperature was 24.3 beforehand. It was 24.3 after.
Okay, here comes Barbara Joe throwing her second rock. Her sweepers are on it pretty hard. It's going to be really close behind that guard. Now I think it's going to crash into it again. Her line looked really good from my vantage point. Just think they might have been a little off on the sweep call, but a good try.
Yeah, I think there was a little less weight on that one, too. I think if she threw the same weight and hit that line again, she'd be right on it.
Feel this one. Hit it here. Roll that way. Shooter goes that way.
Stacey, I'm going to assume it was your birthday, but if it wasn't, that would make for an even better story.
Tighten it up a little bit. I mean, if I over curl, we'll take out the other one. So.
If you're wide, you just get either side.
Yeah. Although, watch out for the jam.
The jam will still remove something, but I want
Yeah. Normal. Take it out.
Are they doing okay?
We're just practicing normal right now. Your peel of shame was totally legitimate. All right, normal. I haven't done this in a while.
See, Michael's using the chance to take some shots he hasn't seen in a while.
It's a very wise move. Use your time wisely.
All right, no harm.
I'll tell you what, Ben, his line was looking really good. If Michael had them, if Mike Sell had them on that the whole time, they could have actually ran that yellow one out.
Might have actually been a little heavy. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, a Bond Spiel birthday, Stacey. That is a pretty sweet deal.
No, I was so worried about the
Pretty
jam.
sweet deal.
Yeah.
And when I let it curl, I don't think I can let it curl. Like I could have the opposite.
That's all right.
The nose was, we actually, if we're playing,
That's a better guard. Yeah.
you would rather have the center
Yeah.
take out the corner.
Yeah.
So here comes Christine Alessi throwing her first rock of end number 7. Look, throw a come around.
No, I had one earlier this way that something went wrong on it, but I remember like, oh, and that was like, it was still one of my most comfortable deliveries. It was a solid spot.
Your house.
Nice if that stuck around.
No, leave it.
It's going to skirt to the, I think
So
that's
it's again,
shot.
That is shot
That's
rock.
that is shot rock. That's a good draw there by Christine.
Yeah.
You know, if she was just a touch light, that would have been really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Because it would have snapped right behind that center line
Ideally,
guard.
we
But
get, like,
nonetheless, a
right
good throw.
here, So our own rock stays around. But even if we go way over here,
Yeah, I saw the
maybe
smile
we'll
on her
just clear
face.
the
I think
house.
she was really happy with that.
I think
shot.
so too. Well, it's
mean,
nice
those
too
are fine
because, you
too,
know,
but
the
let's
beginning
just
of the
take it
game,
out.
she's had
The
some
goal is
really
to stay
difficult
wide.
setups to throw. You know, I think she was trying to throw some in-off, some tight hits. It's nice that she actually gets the opportunity now to throw a nice open draw.
Normal. I want to stay
And she
to
did
the
very
right
well
of
with
and roll out.
Yeah, I think a shot like that will build her confidence going into the next game.
Yes, Keith.
Hey, scoring update on Sheet C. It is a real dogfight on Sheet C. The score is now tied at 7 going into the 7th end. Plainfield
All the way.
picks up a 2 to tie it at 7 after 6 against Philadelphia.
Roll it.
And I just saw Potomac hang a score on Sheet A.
Nice
Looks
sweep
like they
back.
stole another
I
one
was
in the
on the
6th. That
rock
makes
and
the
you
score
sent me out.
7-2, Potomac over Pittsburgh. Okay, let's see if Christine can duplicate her first nice draw. Ladies are holding the line pretty well.
Ooh, that's close.
It's close. They're going to get by that guard. They are going to get by that guard. They're going to hit that yellow rock.
Will it stick around? Yes.
That shooter sticks around. Hey, that's a great shot there by
Fantastic
Christine Alessi, and they get a point in the 7th, so now we're coming home.
Looks like we've got handshakes down there.
Glove time.
Oh, there we go. We're going to close it up. Okay, so that's going to be a win for the Dobbs rink. Curling Club of Virginia though, ending it on a nice note with that really nice draw for Christine Alessi. So again, the Dobbs rink moving on to the A event. The Curling Club of Virginia McCartney rink going down to the B event. Let's hope we see them again though at the Elizabeth Child Memorial in March. I want to thank them for coming up 95 to our curling club here at Potomac. So again, that's gonna final score I believe was 11-2, Dobbs over McCartney. Thank you all for checking out our first draw. We're gonna see if we can get some bonus action here on sheet C. I know we've been talking about it quite a bit with the scoring updates. We have Team Reiniger from Plainfield against Team Rudd from Philadelphia. The score is tied at 7 after 6 ends. They have been trading points. We've got a, let's see, scoring recap looks like, let's see, got some people in the way of the scoreboard here, so it's a little hard for me to figure out. Okay, so Plainfield stole 2 in the first. Philadelphia gets a 3 in the second. Plainfield gets a single in the third end. Plainfield gets a deuce in the fourth. Philadelphia gets 5 in the fifth. And then Plainfield gets a deuce in the sixth, and that's how we are tied at 7 after 6. Oh, Jim just informs us that they're already planning on coming to the Childs. That is excellent news. That is excellent, excellent news. Well, we'll look forward to hosting them again in March.
Shall we away?
I really should have listened to you while you were saying what the score was.
All right, so again, we've got on sheet C, this is a little bit of bonus action because the game on B is concluded. With Dobbs winning, we have a team from the Philadelphia Curling Club, skipped by Deanne Rudd, playing against a team from Plainfield, skipped by Nina Reininger. And if I pronounce that name, my apologies. We have Plainfield throwing yellow. No, we have Philadelphia throwing yellow. This is like the 8th time I've mixed these colors up. We have Philadelphia throwing the yellow rocks and Plainfield throwing the red rocks.
How you doing? Good.
So we're looking for a come around here on the second draw. That is second Cindy Bush.
Nice weight.
Yeah. Okay, here goes Plainfield second. Charlotte Clark throwing her second rock of end of number 7. This rock is looking really nice as it skirts past that guard. She is going to clip that shot rock and float behind the yellow guard on the left-hand side. That's a really, really beautiful hit there for Plainfield. So the second for the Rudd rink from Philadelphia is Cindy Bush. She's throwing her second rock here in end number 7 in a tie ball game, or tie rock game, or whatever you want to call it. Tie rock game. Does that sound pretty good, Ben?
I like it.
All right, good. So she's looking to draw here to the center. But it's going to hang out a bit and rub off of that yellow and skirt to the center, but it is not going to be shot rock. So now throwing vice skip for the Reiniger Plainfield rink is Patty Hefner, another Hot Shots alumni from this year.
The Hot Shots are in action this year.
That's right. So Skip Nina Reiniger is asking for Patty to throw it top 8 on the right side of the house. That'll split the shot rocks up pretty nicely. If you can't see it, there is a high 2 guard Yellowstone on that side of the house that Patty is going to try to tuck her rock behind. Oh.
Do I have it backwards?
I have no idea.
I apologize, Joe and I got our wires crossed there.
No, it was me again. It was me again. Mucking that one up.
We'll get the scoreboard fixed.
Yes. Stacy, if you're looking to if it's on the website, I can't say I've actually found it yet. Our apologies for that. I don't quite think it is. So here's vice skip Patty Hefner throwing her second rock for the Plainfield rink in a tie game. She's looking to looks like she's looking to draw to the center of the house. Her front end is on it pretty hard. She's going to leave it high. So here's Philadelphia trying to throw a nice controlled to normal weight hit on that red rock on the outside of the sheet. She's going to just barely clip it, but hit it too thin, and that yellow rock is going to skirt out of the house. So here comes the Plainfield skip, Nina Reiniger, which makes it very easy to identify because she has a jersey that says New Jersey and her last name on the back, which gives me no excuse for why I've been constantly screwing up who is throwing what color. Nina, thank you for for your
Making it easy
curling
on
wear,
us.
making it easy for me. So she's vice skip Patty Hefner has the broom practically on the sideline, and Nita is going to try and draw behind that yellow rock up at the front of the house there. Front end, Deborah Martin and Charlotte Clark are on it pretty hard. Line looks like it's kind of fallen away. Rock also looks super, super light, so I don't think this is going to be successful.
Well, I think she likes this.
She likes this.
I think it stops the raise, right?
Oh, there's a rock in the house. It's very hard for us to tell
Yeah, I can
from
pull
our
it up there
vantage
on the-
point what the situation truly is in the house.
So Reiniger's got shot rock.
I had no idea we had overhead cameras hooked up to Sheet C. This is
And
fantastic.
it's nice. It's
Okay.
nice. And it looks like she's got a guard, the yellow guard out front.
Okay, so she's got that buried shot. Just for the record, we have a official ending to the Sheet D game, Potomac versus Triangle. So Potomac is going to go on to win that game, and Triangle is going to move down to the B event tomorrow.
Team Rudd is answering now. Sweepers are not on it.
Just trying to do a bit of an angle raise, but that's going to go a touch heavy
It's
and
a
wide.
Oh,
That's going to skirt on through.
just missed it. Very close.
All right, so this is a big shot here for the Plainfield ring since they're only sitting 1 in the 7th. A 2 would really, really be advantageous to them. Conversely, if Philadelphia can at least get something out of this, that would be great for them. A force of 1 is fine because they'll just be down 1 coming home.
Have you heard the bell yet?
Yes, I have heard the bell. I believe they started the 7th end when the bell rang.
So they'll play one more
They should play, well, at this time.
with the bell plus 1.
Let me see, yeah, it's the bell plus 1. For those of you who don't know what Ben and I are talking about, the way we're doing the timing here at the Spiel d'Italia is after an hour 40 of your game, we will ring a bell, and that signifies that you finish the end you're in and you play one more. Of course, this prevents games running over time and then the draws eventually getting backed up. And then, you know, if that happens on Saturday, you could be playing actually at 2 a.m. when you were supposed to not be playing at 2 a.m.
So Reiniger knows she's got to get a 2 here, even though it's a steal. And it
Looks like what she's
it looks
doing.
like she could get a raise.
Well, I thought I saw Nancy point. I thought I saw Patty point to that yellow rock on the left-hand side to try to take that raise away for Philadelphia, because that's what Nancy Gersten Vanderhoop was trying to do in that first shot, and she's trying to take that out of the equation.
I'm wondering if the other shot might be the double raise to push their shot rock back and lie 2.
That would be pretty bold. I mean, this is given the situation that they have right now with that 1 buried in, not much else to do if Plainfield guards this raise. I don't see how Philadelphia gets even anything out of this. But it's fine for them, because even if they throw the rock away, they'll still only be down 1 with the hammer coming home, which is a fine situation to be in if you're a skip. But she is going to short that. So Philadelphia is going to try to do that angled raise again, and this will give them 1 after 7 ends.
Now, if you were skipping here,
Uh-huh.
would you be happy to let them take
Well,
the 1 steal and go into the 8th with the hammer?
yeah, I would. I would have no problems at all being down 1 with the hammer coming home. No problems whatsoever. mean, it's a good situation to be in because, you know, when you have the hammer, you have that advantage to always get the deuce. But let's see what happens here because Nancy's looking to try to steal that point. The risk is, though, is if she's too heavy and thick that she's going to run that red one into the house for 2. And they did not. Okay, so red gets a steal. That makes the score 8-7, Plainfield over Philadelphia. And we're going to be coming home from the 8th end. We have a final on sheet A. I didn't quite get the score, but I know that Potomac was up 5 after 7. So they shook after, they just shook, and Potomac is going to come out with a win in that game over Steve Buffington and his Pittsburgh rink.
See the two teams talking about their last end here. Debating a little strategy, I think.
Sure. Strategy is the name of the game when the game is this tight and the ending is this close. Alrighty, so again, Nina Reininger's rank is up 1 without coming home. She's calling for a tight guard for the lead, Deborah Martin. Line looks really nice here. Patty and Charlotte are trying to finish it. Okay, pretty nice center line guard there by Deborah Martin.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to start the last end. Up 1.
Okay, so Nancy Gersten Vanderhoop is trying to do a come around that guard. This is lead Tracy Marcotte. Again, if I mispronounce that, my apologies. As someone with the last name who gets mispronounced constantly, I I understand if I do muck up somebody's last name and they take some offense. This is looking really, really light. I think it's just going to nuzzle right up to that red guard. That's very advantageous for the Plainfield rink. Now they got 2 center line guards.
Certainly. It looks like Reininger is going to come in right behind.
Sure, Reininger is absolutely going to come in right behind it, leave it nice and high in the 8-foot. Let's see if Deborah Martin can throw her second rock as good as her first rock.
She's got a good chance to set her team up.
You got that right, Ben. Just too heavy. That's going to skirt on through. Bit of a break there for the Philadelphia rink. So Nancy and her Philadelphia team are going to throw the come around again. Oh, that line is really starting to fall off the table. That's again going to be too short, putting up another center guard or another guard up in the front for the New Jersey rink. If they can pluck one here in the house, they'll be really sitting pretty for the win. Although that separation between the 2 yellow guards on the left isn't too bad. Plus the way that the yellow and the red are staggered, you might be able to pluck both of them out. Looks pretty light from this vantage point, Ben. Looks very, very light.
Yeah, she's got him on it pretty hard.
Yeah. But again, I'll tell you, some more junk in the front is okay if you're playing field. I'm going to wager maybe the ice has slowed down significantly now that they're the only team here on the ice. Yeah, Nancy's figuring out what to do here. She's like, let's just get rid of something.
Yeah, the ice will definitely change as all the other teams get off the ice.
Because I mean, you don't have a tie. You don't have a tie game after 6 by short draw after draw after draw. So I think it is pretty safe to say that the ice has slowed down significantly now that everybody else is off. You're just playing a cold and lonely game right now. So Nancy's calling for a hack weight here. So I'm wagering she's just going to try and raise one of those 2 yellow stones. This is the second Cindy Bush for the Team Rudd, although it is skipped by Nancy Gersten Vanderhoop. And that's going to pluck a red rock into the house, but it is on the wings. So Philadelphia can use that. It is certainly open as well. They can do a hit and roll to the center. This is a pretty important shot, though, for Plainfield, because if they can beat Philadelphia to the center, then they'll be in pretty good shape. But we've seen already, these come-around draws have been pretty tricky this late in the game. Sweeper's got on it immediately. Get another sign that it's going to be a bit late. Although, it doesn't look like it. Looks like this is going to be about a 5-6.
Get a little late snap here.
Okay. Pretty nice shot. I'd say about half of that's exposed, though. So again, this is second Cindy Bush for Team Rudd from Philadelphia Curling Club. Hack is what they wanted. Hack is what we heard. There we go. Okay, pretty nice hit. Reiniger's going to try to do the same thing. Hackweight hit, those guards are certainly high enough where you can do that with no problem. But Patty Hefner just has to execute the shot. Man, we still got 23 people hanging out, which is nice to see. Thank you all for watching. It's the Embassy Rose Spiel d'Italia here at the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club.
Who doesn't like a little bonus curling, right?
How can you lose? Oh, they just barely clip off of those 2 pile of guards there. All right, so Philadelphia right now is sitting shot rock, down 1. Plainfield's got 1 in the house on the wings. Philadelphia's got a whole mess in the front.
I think she's got a decision to make here.
A tap isn't too bad, so she's calling a nice tap. So yeah, if she can hit the outside of that rock, that's on the right side of the house, clip that rock behind that pile of guards on the left, that's a nice spot to be in. Leaves the whole one side of the house open too if Nancy wants to save it for a draw for the end.
Yeah, if she's able to bury another one back there, then she definitely will have a draw for 2 at the end. If her Vice can make the hit.
This is turning out okay now. They got all the rocks on one side of the house. They have an entire half side open. Tracy and Cindy digging really, really hard. See if they can count that out. Oh, good try. They just missed sitting shot rock by just a couple of inches.
Really good sweep in there.
Yeah.
Just barely missed it. They pulled out an extra 4 feet, I think.
Oh, yeah. That was a good try. That looked like a 3 guard from this vantage point. They've got most of it in the 12 foot. So excellent sweeping there by by Tracy and Cindy. Okay, so here comes Patty Hefner, the vice skip for the Plainfield rink. Looking to do a, probably like a bumper weight hit here. Oh, it looks narrow right out of her hand. And
Yeah, they're right on it.
need to call it immediately. Gonna rub that center guard, no damage. Yep, that's the good call there by Nancy. Just if they can freeze to it, that'd be pretty nice. And even more importantly, if they could even just clip it just a little bit and tuck it behind the left side of the house, they'd be in good shape too. This is Deanne Rudd, vice skip. Oh, again, so close. Excellent sweeping by Tracy and Cindy, even to drag that into the house. But man, this is, I don't know. If New Jersey can't get something out of here, this has extra end written all over it.
Well, that shot rock is certainly buried now.
Yeah, it's certainly buried. Hard to get rid of. Patty and Nina really trying to figure out what they want to do here.
Looks like they might be lining up the double.
Well, the way that they're aligned, it could be, I mean, they could run it back. I don't know if they can pluck them both out. It would be wise for them to at least take a crack at it, you know? Patty and Nina both have been playing a heck of a lot longer than either of us, so I'm sure they know what they're doing. This one is a bullet. Front end Deborah Martin and Charlotte Clark hitting that rock really, really hard. Something's going to go here. All right, so she pulls two out. Or pulls one out, and one flips over to the far side of the 12-foot. Now that did open up a bit of a draw possibility on the left-hand side. I think Nancy's looking at it right now. The risk you take, though, is if it doesn't bury, you've got an open hit, and Plainfield will go right at it.
Well, yeah, there's a sweet spot right there where an open hit would leave it sitting, I think, third.
I do wonder if they're also thinking about.
Certainly don't want to give her a chance to open hit for the one.
All right, so the Philadelphia rink is all going to get together here, have a bit of a meeting, look at the setup. This is not this is certainly not easy to figure out. But again, I also know that Deanne and Nancy have both played a lot longer than than you or I, so I trust their judgment. Boy, I wish we had mics on them right now, don't you, Ben?
I sure do. I'd like to hear what they're talking about.
Yeah. Because I really don't know what I do here. I really don't. I just say, yeah, just throw it. Where's it going to go? Wherever it goes. And again, it's a little tough for us in this vantage point because we're kind of at an angled view here. I mean, I personally, I think, you know, a draw to the left side is possible. But again, like I said, she runs the risk that if she leaves it high, or if she leaves it not high, but if she leaves it open on the forefoot, then that's an easy open hit for Plainfield.
Just to
All right,
clarify.
we're going to get to see the shot now.
See if we can turn the ambient mics up here and see if we can get a little.
You're going to have to be back here, behind the tee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we could leave it for a hit and roll. Let's come this way.
You want to just come here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, not a bad call here. So she's going to try to take some sort of hit away in that yellow rock by putting it pretty close to it.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think it gives her a chance to get the tap back.
Yeah, the tap back wouldn't be bad and bury it. Also, take the hit away from Plainfield.
Well, the tap back on her hammer.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's a good
she
call.
needs to get the two.
Whoa, 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 take a look, take a look. We jiggle this sideways? Nope, it's not.
Is that going to get by that red shot, by that red rock? It sure is. Oh, that is a peach. Oh, she sits 1-2. That's a really nice rock by Nancy. Yes.
Yeah, they're happy with
Very
that.
nice. Very nice. Applause from the glass. All right. This is do or die now for the Reininger rink. Man, not only did they give us bonus coverage, they gave us excellent bonus coverage.
This team has been neck and neck, I think, the whole night.
I mean, Nancy just threw a peach. Sitting 1-2. I mean, I mean, you could definitely pluck this out. She's got to come with a bullet, and it's got to hang, and she's got to hit that. The rock that Nancy just threw on the right-hand side, that'll kick the shot rock out, the one that's sitting in the forefoot. But then, you know, Nancy's got the has got the hammer here.
Stay out of her head. Yes, it is. Okay, we got you. Okay.
Alrighty, so this could be the game if Nina does not make it. This is why the skips get paid the big bucks. Nina Reininger and her club from Plainfield. The rock is away. Close, that's a good sign. Here goes front ends, Deborah and Charlotte hitting it really, really hard. What's going to happen? Here we are. She's going to rub off that red, and she's going to be short, and Philadelphia is going to come back and win that game. They're going to win that game 9-8. That's an excellent game by both teams. That's, again, Philadelphia over Plainfield. This concludes the first draw of the 2014 Embassy Rose Spiel d'Italia here at the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club. We'll have what was supposed to be 9 o'clock draw on pretty soon. So stay tuned. Ben, you're gonna be back behind the mic again, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be back behind the board.
Excellent, and I think we've got former Potomac Curling Club, former Seattle Granite Curling Club, current Potomac Curling Club member Laura Yee is also signed up for the mic. If you guys may, I might want to stick around as well. Have a 3-person team.
Love
if
to
we
have
can do
you.
that.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so let's sign off for right now. This is Joe Hotshot Tony Rockenbach and
Ben Keen.
all right. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys shortly.
Oh, no,